Welcome to Yarmouth Frame and Gallery Conversations. Tonight we're here with Martha Baum. She's an artist from Bath who has painting in oils. And I was going to say I tried acrylics and decided that oil was really going to be the thing that you love. And why don't you tell us a little bit of the differences that you experienced between acrylic and oil? Because I found it fascinating.
Sure. I've painted in oils for the first 22 years of my painting life, but found that I was breathing in so many solvents that
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
Not a good thing.
No,
so,
it can be very dangerous.
Yeah, so I just willy-nilly jumped off the cliff and bought a set of acrylics. And they're interesting, but you just can't push them around. You can't do what you can do with oils. And the other thing is that acrylics do not stay the same, especially the blues and greens don't stay the same color.
I have found that. They darken a little bit.
They darken, so you have to sort of guess where it's going to come out, which to me, I'm so process oriented and so thrilled to be in front of a canvas and painting that the last thing I want to do is say, okay, I think it's going to be this color when it ends, so it's not going to look like this while I'm painting it, but it will later. So,
right,
so I found some water-soluble oils that I really liked.
Oh, you do like them, because that's another process a lot of artists are interested in hearing about, the water base. What's that like
Exactly.
for you?
Well, you have to, you really have to go to the top of the line of water solubles to get a good product, but once you do, this was the first painting that I did with the whole bond,
Love
and
that one.
I was a little frustrated right up to it, and then I put this one on, and I almost wanted to just go, oh, just, you know, they were so creamy and, you know,
the weight of the wave on that one. It's just moving. It's gorgeous.
And the paint was actually moving really nicely for me and building up and thick enough, and I kept thinking frosting. So I've been painting with those ever since. Yeah.
Well, tell us about your water, because I think that's the one thing I hear constantly about your work. People will get right up to it and be like, how does she do that water? What is your process with that?
I have starting, it was very much hunt and peck and play with it and see what you can do, and finally something would start to work. And I would try to note that, and after the 20th time I did it and noted it, all of a sudden I could do that.
Something started to stick.
Started to stick. And the more I looked, I think what it really is, it's a process of observation. And you have to really, with water, if you're going to do a reflection like this or this one or even that one, you have to paint from a photograph, because it's moving constantly. It's a million different pictures.
Once you get it, then it's gone.
Once you get it, in not your film, but in your digital form, it's gone. However, I think it's really important to keep looking though, and I take a walk by the river on the Kennebec every morning and every afternoon with my dog, and we go out on the different piers, and then I turn around and look at the reflections of the land and how the water is moving, and then turn around and look across to the other side of the river, and that's very, very helpful. So just like all the old masters said, it's constant observation.
Different light, different feel,
different light,
different
what
temperature,
happens. Yes,
day,
exactly.
and here in Maine, I mean, you run the gamut. Each season brings something new.
Yes.
So maybe that's why I'm noticing that you've got different colors for the waters too. So maybe that's because it's different times of day or different places, maybe different bodies.
Yeah, different bodies of water are very different. This was near Five Islands up in the Georgetown Peninsula, and there was a lot of it was more like a river at that point, even though it was an inlet. Lots of foliage around, and the water was sort of heading more towards a teal. Other waters, some water I just have fun with, period.
Little artistic license.
Yeah, little artistic license. But if you do go and look in person, you will notice that you have that choice, because there is every single color and, you know,
It's
and the whole
true.
wheel going on and moving back and forth at
And
all
it's the
times.
tides too, bring
Yeah.
different color as well.
Yeah, and what's under it,
Yeah.
and what's going on in the sky that day, what's around the shore, everything.
Yeah, we're so lucky to be living here in Maine,
Mhm.
which you find your inspiration on the shore.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think a sense of place is something that's really important to me in doing a painting, that I want people to be able to feel that area.
Are you
Yeah.
mostly a studio artist? Do you do a lot of photographs and bring them back, or do you do some plein air?
I do some plein air, and I've been doing more plein air. And I live on the Pittsburgh Peninsula, and I intend to, you know, just work my way up and down and around and back. This summer, I could spend several years doing that. But,
You
yeah.
have a really fun story about painting on the beach. You want to share that with us?
No, which one was
With
that?
the, taking photographs of little kids and having the
Oh.
parents being a little weirded out
Oh,
by
yeah,
that.
you do. The one thing I have.
So now you've got like
yeah.
an umbrella and a whole
Exactly.
screen.
It is a funny thing. I love painting figures, and I've been getting back into figures. And I live near Popham Beach, which is a fabulous place to go and take pictures of people just, you know, having
Yeah.
fun in their suits and in the water and on their blankets and all the different colors. But I found that if you, you know, get your camera up and are obvious about it, that people start turning around and giving you dirty looks. So you have to,
You're much more subtle.
yeah, you have to do the thing where you're aiming, you know, you're aiming out, and then you just sort of pan, knowing that you're going to take the picture over there and click as you go. I know.
And obviously you can't recognize anybody, so you're
No,
good.
you sneak up behind them.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Five Islands, there is a painting over here that I'd really like to get on video because this is so interesting and so fun. It's a real throwback to an earlier day, I think, for me. This is like timeless, really. You would not know what year this is.
It's great. Yeah, it's great to
Yeah,
hear
I
that.
love that.
It is a timeless place.
It
It's one of the most beautiful little spots, especially if you're a tourist, to go to in Maine, because you're
Step over
yeah, you
here.
have okay.
You can see this.
You come to a point on the Georgetown Peninsula, and there are there's a whole lobster shack thing going on, and they're processing lobster, and the lobster boats are coming in, but at the same time, there are little sailboats, little pleasure boats going by, little islands surrounding the area with beautiful Maine houses on. It's just, you know, and birds flying in
It's
and
got
out.
that
It's just
small town
heavenly.
feel with the pickup
Yeah.
with the open doors, you know.
Exactly, it's like stepping
so
back
perfect.
in time.
It really
yeah,
is.
yeah, it's a wonderful place to paint.
And I've heard a great place to get a lobster roll.
Fabulous place to get a lobster roll.
And an ice cream.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us tonight that I missed maybe, or?
No, I don't think so.
So
I think
good?
yeah, it was
All right.
a nice talk. It was very nice
Well,
to talk
thank
with you about
Martha,
my
for
art.
being in the gallery and sharing this with us.
Well,
And
thank you.
for being here tonight. And thank you for joining us.